Cannon. I love you, my brother. I do. Because I honestly believe that with the work that you're doing in our community, the ground that you have broken, the people that you have put on, and the things that you have done, you are well on your way to becoming one of the most influential black men in media, period. Right? And I know you're going to bounce back from this because I know you're going to take the time to educate yourself and learn and do better. But that interview, whether you realize it or not, was fucked up. It wasn't the education or the intention that you and Brother Griff had. That's not what made it fucked up. What made that interview fucked up was around minute 40 and change, when y'all took turns basically agreeing with the premise that because white people underwent the calamity that they went and had to go through the environmental problems and so on and all this other shit that's typical in conscious lore, that automatically meant that they were born to be the way that they are, animalistic and savagery. And I cannot in good conscience support that kind of thinking or that kind of basis in your mythology, because that is the very same basis of phrenology, which is where they used to take black people's heads and slaves' heads and shit like that and measure it and say that because we were born a certain way, that meant that we were of less intelligence, that meant we would deserve to be slaves, that meant we deserved to not be treated and paid accordingly. You sound like D.W. Griffith's Birth of a Nation rhetoric. That's why Viacom fired you. And the reason why I wanted to make this video is because I know instantly that what's going to be said is that this happened because you're black. That is not true in any way, shape, or form. And the reason I can say that is because what you said was, in fact, hate speech. Anything that says because a person is born different or without the traits of another person, therefore they are less, your exact words, that automatically makes that hate speech. How a person is born is not something that they can control. Only thing that they can control is their actions, and their actions and their thinking, and that's it. And any form of basis of thinking that doesn't account for the fact that people can be born different and still turn out different is just as toxic as fucking white supremacy. And you sound exactly like them. So what I hope happens from this is that you have a chance to learn and evaluate your beliefs and find core values that align with who you are as a person. Taking care of your family, making sure you're doing what you can for your community, building your business, focus, etc., etc. And not basing some of those common values in whether or not someone was born the way that you are. Now, I can tell you this. You're absolutely right, because Viacom fired your ass with the swiftness. But they've also been firing a lot of cops. They've also, and this is not Viacom, I'm talking about corporations now. They've also been firing a lot of cops for saying racist shit. A lot of people have been losing jobs for saying things that they should not be saying at this time in public that are a reflection of intolerance in its highest form. So yeah, take the L, bruh. You're going to have to in this case. And I also hope that you learn to make sure that you own all of your shit before you start talking in ways that may not align with the common society. Because a lot of the stuff that you said, some of it has truth, some of it isn't. You have to decide, and you have to take the time to sift through what's true and what's not before you share it with the public. I had to learn that lesson. And I had to learn that, yes, me, myself, a black woman in America, I can be toxic. And I had to go ahead and address a lot of them toxic behaviors and thoughts that were in there. And right now, that's what your life and your ancestors and the people around you are asking you to do. Address those toxic behaviors and attitudes that are getting in the way of where you could possibly be going. You're going to need more people behind you. You're going to need a broader audience and a broader appeal. You cannot alienate your audience by saying shit like that. Period. So that is my thoughts on the Nick Cannon situation. And I hope that he learns from it and grows from it. And I hope he doesn't use the crutch, which I think most people are going to use, which is that all of this happened because he was black. And that's not true. Peace.